Hey there, welcome to Pixelados, the podcast where design, personal growth, and business come all together without all the complicated stuff. I'm your host, Ronald Rosales. Welcome to this new episode, and this episode is specifically about how I look for inspiration when I'm starting a new project. So, if you want to listen to this or to view this, because this is going to be a slightly more visual episode, so I suggest you to go to my YouTube channel and then you will be able to see the episode right there. So let's start with why or what are the reasons that we will need to find for some inspiration. For example, usually when after I got my call with the client and we set up the project and we have all the requirements of the website, I usually go into the research stage, where I spend from 3 to around 4 or 5 days looking for inspiration, trying to look for some website that aligns a little bit of the goals with my project. And I get it. When we start a new project, everything feels like loose, and you could feel a little bit lost, but it's fine. I mean, it feels like being on a blank canva situation where you don't know where to start. So that is why I usually try to visit some of my favorite websites to look for inspiration. Like every daily, I spend from 10 to 20 minutes researching and just viewing for new websites to in a sort of an exercise to keep my mind up to date, what is going on in the trends, what the website is looking at. So I try to do that daily. It's like an exercise to prepare my brain into design focus. I will explain, I will show you a few websites that I usually use, and I think they have a great value for me as a web designer, graphic designer, and product designer. So all of these are going to be focused on web design. So most of the websites are going to be to look for web design inspiration. Okay, so let's start with this. One of my go-to tools when I'm starting a web project is my Pinterest. Pinterest is a great source of inspiration, and you can go from emails, logos, websites, marketing campaigns, whatever you need. You can search and look for some good examples, because this is a really nice place to look for inspiration. For example, I have if I go, as you can see, I have a lot of pins and boards and everything. So I have a board called web design, and what I usually do is when I'm starting a new project, I create a new board, and that will be the place where I'm going to put all the websites that I consider could work as an inspiration for this new project. For example, this web design is just a general web design board that I have with some of the websites that I found in the internet that I feel they look interesting, not for a current project, but something worth keeping for next time if I in the future and for some inspiration. If I go, as you can see here, I have my latest client was a painter, so it's an artist website. So I have these examples of some websites that I found could be a good idea to explore in terms of layouts, hero sections, or any other, just to fill my mind with some inspiration. So what I do is I type and search web design space niche that you're looking for. In this case, for example, artist, and then I will go into their results and see what is something worth keeping for me and for inspiration, and then I will grab whatever I think it'll work on my project, and I use this as an inspiration. So this is the way I work on Pinterest. My second go-to tool or website that I use is packed with great website design. You can filter between categories You can filter using colors, style, industries, type, platform. And the name of the website is Landbook. And if it comes with packed with great design, new designs that are being trending, and you can also search, filter your search for between platform like Framer, Shopify, WordPress, or Webflow. And the cool thing about this is that you can search different kind of websites like landing pages, portfolios, e-commerce, or any kind of website like that. You can search by industry if you want to look into a very niche industry. And what I usually do is whenever I'm starting a new project, I just get a pro account on this or a pro month, and I will use a pro month because whenever I want, for example, let's say that my customer or my client is they like the accent color on green, so you can search on green websites, but then you only can see a few options of these filters. That is why I usually pay my pro plan for a month whenever I'm starting a new project, because this is nothing that I use every day for a client research, but it's something that I do use every day as an inspiration. So I only pay a pro month for clients whenever I started the project, because you can search and you can see from here inside of the product, you can see the mobile version of the website. And this is not a big deal because you can always click on the website and go into the website and toggle the mobile version. But it's really nice to see how the desktop version and the mobile version will see, because I do pay a lot of attention to the mobile version of the website, because I know that more than 80% of the traffic is currently being done on mobile devices. So it's something keep an eye on it. So Landbook is a great choice for looking for these sites inspirations. Okay, awards. All AWWW Awards. It's one of the websites that I visit every single day of my week. I found that in a lot of cases, the websites that are being posted here are really nice websites with some great creative direction. Some of them are very like creative and may not work for a normal not marketing websites, but you can also find really good examples of crazy layouts or very unique layouts. They also have categories. You can search between categories. You can search by technology that is applied to each website. You can search between you can search by collections, by category. Like I said, on collection you can say, okay, I want to see, they have they create collection like every week or something, where you can find, for example, okay, pastel colors, and they add websites that are done using these colors. And this is a really nice way of, okay, let's say I want to something pastel. You can look into here and see how are these colors being applied to each website. This is something neat to look for inspiration. And what I usually do is I try to see where are the elements that I like about the website, and I pin these into my board on Pinterest, so I have everything in one place. And then whenever I'm ready for going to the design, I will be able to get all my designs from one site. And I also add my note. For example, let's say that I like the font on this website. I pin the website into Pinterest, and then I will say, okay, I like the colors, I like the fonts, I like the layout, hero section, whatever. And by doing that, I make sure that whenever I'm going back into the design, I will be able to get as much information for my Pinterest board as possible. So again, awards is a great source of inspiration. Let's do it. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the next one, it's a little bit similar to awards. The name of this website is CSS Design Awards. And in this case, this website has a little bit of more focus on the CSS side of the equation, where you can see that a lot of the websites they're promoting here or they're showcasing here are very animation heavy. You can go, for example, let's say on this case, Seawol's coach website, you can see a preview of the website right here. And if you want to take a look at the website, you can just go into click on the image and you will be able to load the website. This is a neat source of inspiration. And for example, let's say I want to use this as my hero section. What I will do is take a screenshot of this, post it into my Pinterest board, and I will use that to get back whenever I'm ready for the design. Cool thing about this is that you can post your own website here. You can also preview the websites by clicking on this like icon here. But something that worth mentioning here is that most of these websites are very, very customized and heavy on animations and customization. So if you want to go that route, this is a good place to look for inspiration. But also you can also find some other websites that are not as customized. So it's worth keeping an eye on it and try to see like other how people are working on seeing other websites. So you can also search by filter by industries, filter by feature. For example, if you want to illustrated website, you can toggle that and you will be able to see in the website with a lot of illustrations if that's the standard, that is the style that you're looking for. The next website is One Page Love, and this is a website curated by Rob Hope. And the idea is to, like, the idea behind of this website is to promote or showcase landing pages. But some of these pages are not only landing pages, but that was the initial intent, and it grew because from here you can search, you can use the navigation menu to get a variety of a category. You can get even platforms that the websites are built on. You can search by sections. Let's say that you want to use a feature bento box, so it will show you websites that are using bento box layout. And this is a really nice way of looking for inspiration. Is that something that you want to to use to? For example, pricing tables. It gets a bunch of websites with pricing tables, so you can search and see the website that is using that pricing table, so you can see in real life how that looks and how that reacts into the whole different devices if you want to pay attention to that. That is something that I really pay attention to. So take an eye on it. One Page Love. One Page Love is the name of the website. The next website that I have for you guys is Site of Sites. This one features creative and bold design, often with a large typography or experimental layout. So it's something to put your boundary if you want to create a different layout. For example, let's say that this looks like, for example, if I were working on a website for photography or for painter again, this looks really nice, right? You can tell there are a lot of images here. You can see the name of the brand. It looks like it is a brand or something. So something worth keeping, maybe, I don't know. But this is for sure a place for inspiration. Some of them are little, some of the design layouts are a little unique. But this is on this phase, at least from my point of view, this phase is only for you to get as much inspiration as possible. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will use a layout like this, but it's something that may trigger some ideas in your brain in order to get the final result that you want to do it. So on the other website, you can filter by industry, you can filter by type, you can filter by style. For example, if you want something experimental or minimal, you can do it. You can use the filters, and you can also filter by platform. For example, if I want a website built on Elementor, unfortunately only one show, but I think I'm using 2 filters, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, So, but if you want to select a different web platform, you can see that there are a lot of more websites on using Webflow or something different. So this is a good site for inspiration. They also have something called collections where you can search between sites. For example, product pages is going to, this is like a blog they published. So there are like unique and very interesting websites that are using product pages. So you can use that as an inspiration to create your own product pages if you want to do that. So again, what I usually do, if I see something that I like it, I will copy the URL, take a screenshot of the section that I like, and I will post it into my board in Instagram, so in Pinterest, so I have everything in one place. All right, the next website is UnSection. What I really like about this website called UnSection is that they have like two ways of filtering. You have filtering by section, like it is on their name, and they also have some filters to get a little bit of a more of a narrow filtering. For example, if I want to filter for a hero section, I will click on the hero section design tab on the top navigation, and then here it's going to show me a lot of hero sections, and I can see, okay, I really like these. It has a color, it has big font, layout, big photo here with the name. So you can tell that there are a lot of different styles, and you can use this as an inspiration. If you want to look for example, a feature section, you can also click on it and you will get a bunch of feature sections that you can use for your next website. So as an inspiration. So if I go to the homepage, I will be able to see, okay, I can see if I want something card based. So it's going to show me all the websites that are using card style layouts, like you're seeing here. Or for example, if I want to see Bento layout, I can do it by clicking on Bento, and I will be able to see some of the layout that are using that Bento technique. So something cool about this is that really neat is that you can search with the different kind of design pieces of the web or sections on the website. So for example, the navigation, this is a different style of navigation. You have the logo in the center, the logo on the left. So you can pick and choose whatever navigation style are you going to use into project. So as an inspiration, so you can keep this, for example, put it onto your Pinterest board, and you will be good to go. So UnSection, good place to look for inspiration. For the next website is godly.website, and this is a website focused on animation and interaction, and it shows a brief a live preview of the website, so you can see how the elements are moving and behave when the user scroll on the website. And this is a really neat way of getting inspiration about what micro interaction you want to use on your new project, or just to give an idea, like, okay, how the text can react when scrolling, and even layouts. You can get really nice layout examples here, for example, on this one, or a bento box for like these. Crazy layouts also are available, so you can see they have a lot of choices in there. You can also search and filter between different kind of websites or niches. For example, this is e-commerce websites, and you will see a bunch of e-commerce website that can be useful for your inspiration. So something worth keeping an eye on it if you want to see a real preview of the websites, and they could also give you some good information about what is this website about, style, and then you can visit the website if you want to. Okay, so good place to look for inspiration. And let's go to the next one. For my last inspiration website, I have this BentoGrids.com, and this is a website with a bunch of examples of bento boxes. I know these design layouts are pretty popular nowadays. So it's like a good place to look into for inspiration if you want to apply this kind of layout in your website. I know this layout. This is from a website called Givenly, and it's a really neat layout. And you also, if you see the source, you will have hover interaction on each box. That it's really nice. I don't know if they still have that on the web, on the live version. Probably they remove it anyway. Yeah, it's no longer available on that way. So as you can see, these are like screenshots, and the content on the website that are there that they are referring to may have changed, but it worth yeah, I mean, why not keeping this as an inspiration, and if you want to do something along these lines, for example, another example of a web bento box. So this is a good place for inspiration if you want to go into the bento box aspect. All right, so this was all with this episode. I hope this it's helpful for you whenever you're starting your new project, or if you are a business owner wanted to look for some inspiration for your next website. What I usually do with all my customers or my clients is to ask them for a few websites that they really like, or a few websites that they don't like, and that give me a lot of clarity whenever I'm starting the new project, because I'm able to see, okay, this is the direction that they don't like, so I won't go that way. So, and if you give me some website that you really like, and it doesn't need to be related to your business. For example, let's say that I'm working on let's put the painter that I recently did. If I'm working on a painting project and you say, okay, look, I like how the Nike product, Nike website is, or I like the apple.com website, I will be okay. I know where you want to go. But if you say, I don't like the Apple website, I know that I won't go that direction. I want to be able to communicate your vision of the product through the website. I need to get as much information as possible from you as a partner, as a client. For this is a great help for me, because I can guide you along the process of creating your own website. It's going to be your new baby. So it's going to be great. So that's what I usually do with my clients. So yeah, that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a brief episode, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what are the websites that I usually do to look for inspiration in my projects. Okay, so as always, if you want to comment, please do so and tell me what are the websites that you're using as an inspiration source. And also I will put a link below, so I have my blog post in my website with all these links. Feel free to go and see, and then I will see you in the next one. Bye.